Welcome to Caffeinated Crafting. My name is Daniela, known as Caffeinated Gert all around the interwebs. This is take 2. Let's try it again. I'm here to hang out with you and give you a little recap of how my week is going. It's been a super weird week. Weather-wise, we had snow and grapple, which I had never even heard of grapple, but it's kind of like hail, but not really. Anyway, it's really weird for us here in Tennessee to have any kind of cold, let alone snow in April. Super weird. But so today it is a balmy 50 degrees. Usually this time in April it's a consistent 70 at least, maybe up to 80. It's really kind of nice to have an actual spring, but here we are. I finished a few things this week. Everything that I actually worked on this week is done. So I worked on none of my projects that have been on the needles, but I did start and finish some new things. So for Ilvermorny, which is a game group on Ravelry, and it is based on classes for Ilvermorny in the Harry Potter universe, which is the American version of Hogwarts. Had a tickle. Anyway, there was a new challenge, and the challenge was to knit, well, it doesn't have to be knit, to craft something that is beautiful and or healing. It was inspired by Beauxbaton. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. You know, the really pretty French school from the Harry Potter universe where Fleur, what is her last name? Fleur, you know, the pretty girls in the blue are from. Anyway, so I decided to crochet some carnations. This is actually inspired by a friend of mine made another friend of mine a bouquet of carnations for her birthday in like a little pot. It was really cute, and I was like, oh, I want to try to make those sometime. And I don't actually know, I didn't ask her what pattern she used. So I don't know if I crocheted the same type of carnation, but I made these. My pattern is from Nastasia, which is, you can find it on Ravelry. It is Naztazia. She also has a tutorial on YouTube for these carnations. She has a great crochet YouTube channel, so if you're into crochet and you want to learn how to make new stitches or flowers or all kinds of stuff, she's really good. The tutorials are fantastic, and she has one that like talks you completely through how to make one of these. And so for the first one, I did not watch the tutorial, and I kind of messed up the bottom of the flower because I forgot to crochet row 8. So you can see my little bulb here. I don't know what this is called, the part of the flower. It looks a little wonky, but for the other two, I followed directions, and you can see how much nicer those look because I knit that final row I was supposed to. So here you can see the difference there. You crochet this part, the flowery part in the round, and it's gathered up. This is a free pattern, free tutorial, so cute. And then you take a floral wire and you put it through the top part, the colorful part, down into the little cup you've crocheted here, and then pull it through and put floral tape around it for the stem, and then that holds it together very nicely. I had to do some serious sewing up for this one because I did not put it together correctly either. because you know I didn't follow directions. These two I did though. The pinky orangey yarn on top is from a sock blank. I had leftover. It is from Stranded Dye Works. And the colorway was Pinata. So I made the flowers of these two first. And they look very similar. And I decided I wanted one that was more on the other side of the sock blank leftover, that was more orange, a little deeper color. So I cut my sock blank so I could get to that part, and then crocheted this top. And then when I put them together, I started with this one, messed it up, but did these two correctly. Not that it matters, you can't really tell from the front. I crocheted a wreath for my front door a while back. I don't know, 3 years ago? Long time, maybe 4? It's been a minute. And periodically I'll add stuff to it because it faces the sun and it fades. So I think I'm actually going to, if I can make it work, add these to my wreath on the front door. I'm not sure what else to do with them. And I haven't added anything new to my wreath in a while, and I thought, well, that'll give it a little more color. Maybe it's too bright. I don't know. I'm going to hold it up there and see what it is. And if not, they'll just sit in a nice little vase and be cute. Lovely little flowers to have around that the cats won't eat. I hardly ever have cut flowers in my house because they think that it's for them and they'll try to eat them. So if I do, then I have to like keep them up, put up a little bit, and I can't enjoy them as much as I want to. But she has some other tutorials for flowers, so maybe I should leave them like this and then like make some more and eventually have a nice bouquet of crocheted flowers. That's also a thought. I don't know. I'll let you know when I decide, and you might see these again if I make more, and you might not. I would totally would do this again. This would be also a great gift like for Mother's Day, or like someone that likes flowers. They were really fun to make. 10 out of 10. Really enjoyed it. And like I said, the pattern is from Naztazia. It's Naztazia. She has Instagram, and the YouTube channel is fantastic. So if you're into crochet and you want to learn more, check her out. The other thing I made, it was all crochet this week. Woo! I talked about making covers for my jars last week, and I did do that. I made 5 more. So I made multiples. So like these kind of go together. They're the same color and kind of the same style along the bottom. I already have cuttings in these, so this is what they're going to be used for. In that I went around and around on the bottom until it was big enough, and then I did a double crochet, chain stitch, double crochet, chain stitch, and then on the next round I started doing half doubles again until I went all the way to the top. And see, and I can hang these. And I also took the stickers off these this week. So I did a little Googling and found a process for hard stickers to get off on jars. And so it was hot water, 2 tablespoons of dish soap, and a cup of white vinegar. I had to do it twice. Like, I started it before work in the morning, and it said to soak it in an hour and it would come right off. Well, no. I went to go get my second cup of coffee an hour later, and that stuff was not moving. So I left it there until lunch. And then when I was on my lunch break, I checked it, and it was kind of coming off, like the top layers, so I got those off. And then I just ran fresh water and did more vinegar and dish soap. And then when I got off work that evening, I was able to get almost all of it off. But what I ended up doing for the last bit, I took a Brillo pad and got the last bit of sticky off. It's like the sticky wouldn't come off. So I did a whole like tub full of jars because I had these, and then I also had more over here that I've put propagations in already. I didn't make covers for those, like the sticky came off nice, and so and I'm not gonna hang all of them, so that I have some glass ones on my shelf back there. But so I made 3 of various sizes that look like this. I made those last weekend, and what I did is I held dishcloth cotton double, and I used a 6mm hook for those. And then Thursday I found another jar. I definitely have these stashed everywhere. I think I found them all now, but this one still had the stuff on it, and I hadn't because I found it after I did the whole remove the sticker situation, and I couldn't get all of the sticker off, obviously. So I crocheted a cover for it that was more dense so you can't see it. I am hiding those ugly stickers. So this one I held cotton single. I don't remember what crochet hook I used. A smaller one, obviously. And this is cotton from Knit Picks. So it's a little bit thinner. It's just nicer cotton than like than this. It's softer. This was like Sugars and Cream dishcloth cotton. This is the whatever Knit Picks calls their cotton, and I still did it get bigger until on the bottom, and then I've learned that for the in-between, like when it's like almost big enough but not quite big enough, I do a round of double crochet that really kind of molds to the jar well, and then I did half doubles all the way up. So we have a purple one, and then I have a great big one. I don't know, I can hang this like the container can hang, but I don't know, it would be kind of heavy unless I just had like a little bit of water in it or something, or something that's, I mean, like I could put like a whole plant down in there. I don't know, but I made a cover for it because it's ugly. Tiger says hi. No, not right now, buddy. No. He heard me talking, and here it came. So it's an empty plastic feta container because, you know, feta makes everything better. And then we emptied this week, and I was like, oh, that's a nice little container, but it's plastic and it's ugly. So I made a cover for it. I probably won't hang this one. I thought it might be nice to hold tools or something, but I did give it a hanger in case I wanted to hang it. Actually, I could hang it and then like put tools in there. I have a chopstick that I use like to aerate dirt, and I have a spoon that an old spoon that I like keep in here like with my plant stuff, and so maybe I'll use it for tools. Not sure. I don't know that I would put like, I mean, I could propagate in it, like, but I wouldn't fill it up all the way, because that would be a lot of water and that would be really heavy, and I'm clumsy and would spill it. But it has a pretty cover, and that's all that matters. Yeah, so covers. Well, come on then. So I'll give you a belly. I'll give you a tiger belly. He's been sleeping. He got a warm belly. Tiger belly shot. Yeah, so that's what I worked on this week. Just some covers and some carnations. I did get some stuff done in the sunroom, so I'm rather pleased with myself for that. I know I mentioned last week, been trying to rearrange things in here, tidy things up, do some destashing of just things I'm not using anymore. I think one of my friends is going to try out, I have a Cricut loom with a stand and some weaving implements. I just don't make the time to weave, and she's very interested in it, so I'm going to let her borrow it, and if she likes it, I'm just going to sell it to her. I have someone that wants to try spinning. I'm going to let her borrow my second wheel, and if she likes it, I think I'm just going to sell it to her. I'm just kind of destashing, making some room. I have found that with more limited time, I just would rather just knit and crochet and use and work on crafts that don't take up as much room, I guess. I have an extra sewing machine, and that's going to go to a family member. Some fabric stash that I'm going to divvy up to a friend of mine who's a super avid quilter. Like, we started at the same time, but for me it kind of petered out, and she's still going strong. And then my family member is probably going to get the stuff that Suzanne will get the more traditional stuff, and my Noah will get the stuff that's more fun. So I'm excited to kind of move things out and give it to some new homes. Yeah, that way I have more room. I want to make this room, like when we first moved in, this room was kind of like the dining room. We had the table and chairs and stuff for when we had company, and it's kind of over the last few years just turned into my craft space, which is nice, but I miss it looking like a livable space where I can have company or just sit and enjoy myself instead of just always being at my desk. So I'm going to work on that. Take advantage of that whole, we're getting a new floor situation to just kind of rework the whole space. All right, well, I think Tiger and I are going to say bye-bye. Can you say bye-bye? Can you say bye-bye? He's hugging me. He's like, don't let me go. Hey, don't let me go. Because he don't want me to put him down. Because he's a big cuddle bug. You want to say hi? Wave. Say bye-bye, people. He's eyeing my pothos plant like it's today's snack. Yeah. So, you guys have a lovely day, and I will catch you next week.